SQL Server via. That time we discussed the stored procedure. Still, I'll explain you one more time. What is stored procedure? Stored procedure will combine multiple statements into a single one. We are packaging more than one statement, SQL statements also, right? In a single uh, procedure, right? So you're just grouping multiple queries. That is nothing but your stored procedure. So the advantage of stored procedure is, once you combine multiple queries or write insert or update everything into a single stored procedure, and once you execute it, it'll get parsed only once. Parsed only once in the sense it will check are there any syntax error are there. If nothing is there, fine. So once it parses, that means each and see, for example, instead of executing, instead of grouping all the queries and putting a single stored procedure, if you execute each and every query separately, each and every time the query will get parsed, right? So in that case, it'll be a CPU intensive process. Okay, what happens is if you combine group logically the more than one queries into single stored procedure and execute it, it will get passed only once, and then you can run many times for. It's something like create once, use it as many times as possible. It's something like other analogy which I gave it to you. The what is that? Ready mix. Okay. You want to go and buy a ready mix. It's something like pickle, yeah. You prepare a pickle, right? You have various ingredients. You need to put salt, you need to put chili powder, and you need to put you need to cut the mangoes, everything. Once you create it, once you prepare a jar full of mango, you can use it on a daily basis. Same way, the same analysis is applicable to stored procedure. Create once, use it as many times as possible. Advantage is reusability. You can use it as many times as possible, like pickles, right? And then you can encapsulate the business logic in one place so that it reduces the complexity. Each and every user need not to aware of the underlying logic that used in your stored procedure. Okay. This is the syntax for your stored procedure. Create procedure, procedure name, and parameter one, parameter. You can define the parameters by prefixing the @ symbol. This is mandatory. And followed by the parameter name, you can specify the data type. And you can specify input parameter and output parameters also possible in the stored procedure. And then followed by the create word stored procedure, you have as. So followed by the as, your begin end starts. Inside the begin end, you are going to put all your statements. What are the statements that you want to use it? You can use it there. Okay. I'll just give you a demo of how to create a stored procedure. Simple stored procedure. I just go to the SSMS. Just give me a second here. I'll switch on VLC. It's too hot here. Okay, I just create a procedure. Create procedure. Here I'll just say. Stored procedure short form. I'm giving some meaningful name here. SP display. Something like welcome or something. Some name. Okay. And as look here, I did not give any parameter. Without parameter also you can create a stored procedure, but it is of no use. Just let's start with a simple one. For that reason, I'm not using any parameter here. Begin and inside the begin and this is your body. Here I'm going to say print. Welcome to the world of SQL Server. SQL stored procedure. Okay, stored procedure. Prop. Okay. So here I just execute this one. Let's see, are we getting any error? Welcome to the world of okay. Here you need to use a single quote. I think so. This is the difference between the DAX and the SQL thing. So in the DAX, what are most of the places in the where clause we use double quote, right? Here single quote. So this is how we can create a stored procedure. Without the parameter also, you can create the stored procedure. So how do I use this stored procedure? How do I call? So I create a stored procedure. I have to use it, right? How do I execute the stored procedure? I explained to you as part of Power BI session. What is this here? How do you call this stored procedure? How do you call this stored procedure? Just to take a roll call, you are joining, right? Whether this guy is taking class or not. See, I told very boldly, if people are not preparing well, I don't run the session. I will cancel the session. Okay, that is what our way of taking the training. Here, execute. This I explained, right? Execute is the command that you use it to you see, creating a store project not say something like, right, you prepare the pickle, but you don't know how to eat it. What do you use, right? Something like that. Here you need to use execute command. Is usually what we do is instead of using execute, we use exec. Okay. So how to call the stored project? Using exec. Look here, welcome to the world of SQL SP Pro. This is stored project got executed using exec command. Don't forget this. Okay. Next, we will have another example. For example, you want to create a stored project, another stored project. Wherein here I'm going to say select e-name, salary from employee. That's all, okay? And I just mention it as something like get employee, something like that, okay? Get employee. And execute procedure. Execute this one. So select e-name from employee. Okay. This is the one, right? Or else you can directly specify. You can also do it this way. You can directly specify your stored project name. Look here. So you see the once you create a stored project, and if you tell your people, right, hey guys, this is a stored project, you need to execute it, right? Type exec, and followed by that you can use the stored project. That's all. You don't have to write the query. All they have to do is just click on and they type execute. So here also this is another way of executing a stored project. There is another way of executing a stored project. I explained you the two different approaches that you can use it to execute a stored project. Okay. And what are the other things are there? The parameter. How do I use the parameter? Okay. So we can use the parameters. Okay. What we will do is I'll just show you another example here. The create procedure. I'll just take this one. In this case, I'll put something there. I'm going to use the parameter now. Guys, remember in the real world scenario, parameter, we will be using it. Without parameter, we are not going to create the stored procedure. And here what I do is I just say the, okay, here I just say something like, yeah. So we have something like a job, right? Job, okay, job, something like that. And here where data type, okay. So how do you define a parameter? You need to prefix it with the @ symbol. Followed with that, you can give the name, whatever you want. Varchar of, let's say, I'm going to say 20 or something like that. And then I just leave it as it is. As begin, here I just say select the name, comma, salary, comma, job from employee table. Employee table where For example, yeah, something like, the job. Yeah, job is equivalent to at the rate the job. What are the parameters that we create, right? Yeah. And then what I do is I just put end here. Just go here and then I put end here. Yeah, that's all. So I'm going to create the stored procedure for stored procedure got executed correctly. And how do I invoke this stored procedure? Exec command, right? We can use exec command to invoke the stored procedure. But in this case, I have used the parameter. How can I use the parameter here? How can I pass the value to the parameter? So I'm going to use the same thing, execute. Once you create a stored procedure, you need to use it. For that, exec command, you will be using it. And here I just say and then the job is, I'm going to say sales department. I just pass this in. So followed by the stored procedure, you need to specify the value for your parameter. In this case, what is the parameter? Job. Okay. And one second. Hmm. In this case, sales will get copied to the job. And then since the job got copied with, sorry, this is your stored procedure. This is how you can call your stored procedure, right? And followed by the stored procedure, I have specified the value. This value is for this parameter. This value will get copied here or passed. This value will be passed to this parameter when you execute the stored procedure. And then since the job now will have sales value, the sales will get copied here. Select all the employees, whose job is sales. So you have written a query here. Let's, this is a little bit complex query. But once you create a stored procedure, you tell your team member, hey guys, I created a stored procedure. So all you need to spell, you need to execute the stored procedure with this syntax exec, and this is my stored procedure. And followed by that, you need to pass only one value, which job, sales or marketing or whatever it may be. So you don't have to write this query. You don't have to break your head. Simply type, which job you want to query. Specify this one will get copied to this parameter, and this value will get copied here. And then for this specific job, it will get retired. So now now what you are once you store your create a stored project, you can share it with them. The name, right? You can tell your team members, hey guys, I create a reusable code. Okay, and you need to execute this using this command, but make sure that you are passing the value. That's all, guys. You don't write this complex query. You don't have that headache to do that, right? I have included everything in my logic. You don't have to worry about it. So what is this? Why it's not displaying anything? Select store from employee. Here sales is not there. Okay. Sorry, here is something as salesman. Salesman is the job, right? You execute this one. Okay. Sometimes you may get nothing, right? But you need to check whether the value, the whatever the value that you pass the parameter that exists in this job column, right? Job column salesman was there, not sales. Hence, I mentioned correctly here. Now the stored procedure is working fine. So next one is the stored function. So what I will do is write, yes, Preeti, okay, as she says, right, she has to go to office tomorrow. So with this, I'm going to wrap up the session. We will continue the session tomorrow. Okay, and not tomorrow. Okay, what we'll do tomorrow, we'll leave a gap. You practice so far, whatever I trained you. Saturday, Sunday, we'll continue with the DAX functions. We'll wrap up the DAX function this upcoming weekend. Next week, weekday, Tuesday, right? We will continue with the SQL part, the stored function, trigger everything. So only one more class, apart from this weekend is required to wrap up the SQL part also. And followed by that, the next Thursday, we'll have one session for the exercise. With that, we are going to wrap up the training. And also we will have one more follow-up session. That is where we will just take a look at what are the topics missed out. I will try to cover that one. So most likely, right, next Thursday, we're going to wrap up everything. Guys, okay. So any questions so far? Yeah, I will share this script to you all. Okay. Yeah, regarding the openings, we are still working on it. You know, as and when things goes well, we'll come back. Don't worry. Fine, guys. Since you don't have any questions, I'm going to wrap up the sessions and see you all on this upcoming Tuesday night. Okay, bye bye. Take care. தினேஷ் என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்க?
அப்ளை பண்றது ஜாப்
ம்,
ரெஜிஸ்டர்.
எவ்வளவும் படிக்கிறதில்ல உட்காந்து சும்மா ரோல் கால் எடுத்து வர்றான். இவன் கிளாஸ் எடுக்கிறானா இல்லையா? அப்ப அவன் கிளாஸே எடுக்கிறது இல்லப்பா. இன்னும் அனலிட்டிக்கல் ஃபங்க்ஷன்ஸ் வேற இருக்கா? ஜஸ்ட் உட்காந்து அடிச்சிருந்தாலும் கப்பு கப்பு கப்பு. இப்போ இப்போ இந்த வீடியோ எல்லாம் இப்போ அப்லோட் பண்ணிடுறீங்களா? இது நான் க்ளோஸ் பண்ணதான் வரும். ஸ்டாப் ரெக்கார்டிங். ஓகே, இது